on a minute. Let me fix my suit so you can see me. Sorry about that. Anyway, okay. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm going to talk some Stranger Things tonight. Volume 1 came out on November 26th, the day before Thanksgiving. Little recap. We see that the kids are sophomores in high school. We have, well, there's a lot of stuff going on. So we have the attack on the Wheeler family. Listen to but yeah. In episode 1, we'll recap. In episode 1, we see that Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Will are sophomores in high school. And we get introduced to Nell Besser as Holly. And we get introduced to a young boy named Derek, played by the fabulous Zach Connolly. Sorry about that. The fabulous Zach Connolly. Delightful Derek. Love him. And we see that Will is still sensing Vecna. And we see that the buyers have moved in with the Wheeler family for a little bit due to the rest of the end of season 4. We see that Holly will be a major character this season. We'll get to episode 2 in a minute. So that's basically what you see. And in the first episode, we see Dustin get bullied. We're running a sulfide club, so yeah. Sorry, Andy. That's one for you. Sorry, Andy. This one's for you. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, and we see that the first, and we see because we see him get bullied. And the first episode is called The Crawl. The Crawl is a dungeon. The Crawl is the dungeon. What the Crawl is a dungeon crawl that the game does. Everybody, including Steven, Jonathan, Nancy, Robin. Everybody's involved in what they call dungeon crawls, and they search methodically through all the different zones looking for Vecna. Not a good idea. Seriously. Because Vecna can find you anytime. You can find them anytime, but still rooting for them. So that's episode 1. Also in episode 1, we meet Dr. K. Not in episode 1, but yeah. So that's episode. We do see him get bullied. He definitely knows how to, yeah. So that's episode 1 is 1 that doesn't cause that they do. 2, the kids are sophomores in high school. And we see Dustin get bullied for winning the Fight Club sword. Yeah, right, Andy. Her Fight Club rocks. Seriously? You're on my hit list. Right now, Andy? Right now, Andy? I'm sorry, but you have to meet Vecna at some point. Jason met Vecna in season 4. Jason died in season 4. So let's say that if it's repeats itself, Andy could be the next to come. Right now, he's one of my people on possible deaths out in season 5 by the hands of Vecna, or something else completely. So, yeah. In episode 2, we have, well, the first thing to know that Dustin misses one of the calls that they do of the dungeons in here, of the, hang on a minute, what's missing here? Okay, now, the recap that I'm going to do right now is one in the, key things to note in my recap here is that in episode 1, what they do is, we see that the kids are now sophomores in high school, We see Justin in his Hellfire Club. He misses one of the dozen calls that the whole gang does, including all the adults, except for Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler and Lucas's parents. So we see that. We see that Dustin misses one of the one in the episode of Color Qual, but do you see that Dustin does miss the qual that they do? Oh, in that episode, in that episode, yeah. But he does arrive in time in episode 2, and he's locked in now. So, of course, we see they gets bullied. He does have a chip on his shoulder, which I like. So that's what happens. We also see that the Bayous and the Wheelers are living together. Daily events at the end of season 4. And this sorry Andy, said this before, but if history repeats itself, Jason the bully died in season 4. In season 5, he's the bully. If history repeats itself, Andy's the next one to go. He's on my he's on the he's right now he's on my list for potential deaths in the season 5. I have a couple of people on, and of course, I've already mentioned that the military could be deaths in season 5. That turned out to be true. Anyway, that's in episode 1. In episode, Wellesley seen older was now probably real in this episode. So, she plays a major part of this character, and getting introduced to a young kid named Del Trumbo. We see him once, but we don't know his name until episode 2. In episode 2, we see that at the end of episode 1, into episode 2, we see Holly Wheeler goes missing. Sorry if this is spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. So, sorry about that. See that Holly Wheeler goes missing and she gets taken at the end of episode. Yeah. In episode 2, Holly goes missing. I won't see it by who just in case we haven't seen it yet. Sorry about it. Sorry for the spoilers. And we see that Justin and Steve were not quite getting along yet, but they still are hilarious together. Fantastic duo, love them together. And of course, episode one lets you see that Steve and Robin are working at the radio station, so that's going to play a major factor. Well, Steve and Robin, yeah, are working at the radio station. The radio station just play a part in this one. Anyway, in episode 2, we see that Holly Wheeler goes missing, gets taken, whatever you want to call it. And we do have a great moment from Mrs. Wheeler with a stay away from my daughter line. Love that. And we also see that Max is in the coma. Max is in the coma at the hospital. And while she's in the coma at the hospital, her mind and body are in another realm. Is alive and well in another realm, um, in another realm, in another universe, in another universe, parallel universe. We also learn that Holly has been talking to Mr. Watson. I think you know who, but I'm not saying anything right now. We also learn, because we get Derek featured in that one, and we see Derek featured a lot, especially in the Turbo Trap. with hilarious, well, in episode 3, Erica, we see don't see Erica until episode 3, and she kills it. We do learn who Radnick's next victim will be, but I'm not saying anything yet. I know we can realize spoilers right now, so what's up, okay? Sorry about that. Anyway, so we see Derek. It's gonna be the next victim of Mr. Watson, or somebody. It's gonna be the next victim. I'm not saying by who. I think you all know who. And we see that Derek, we see that, and well, while they're chasing, Derek around his house, or they're chasing, when, when they're trying to protect, I'm gonna go through each of these right now. Russell Kennedy to see Dr. K, played by Linda Hamilton, the fabulous Linda Hamilton. Love you guys. Amazing. And we also see that Alec is being trained in Swastika and killer soundtrack this year too, seriously. And sorry about that. I keep apologizing. Anyway, we see Harley goes missing, just taken, whatever. We also get introduced to Derek. And he let's just say we get introduced to Holly. We get introduced to it wasn't that Holly. She plays a major part. She does go missing, was taken. We also see who Rathnick's next victim will be. Derek. Also see yeah. We also see that we also meet Derek, delightful Derek, as he's gonna join the game on the hunt for Vecna. He's gonna join the game in this one. Reluctantly, but he joins the game. I'm calling him delightful Derek instead by his famous line, such a fat one. So but that's a great one too, so. And we see that Steven doesn't not quite get along yet. But they still make for some great funny moments. In episode 4, we see that I can't say who, but I was fucking screaming when this reveal happened. Somebody has powers. Somebody else has powers. Other than 11. I'm not saying who. Could be anybody. Take your wild guess. If you haven't seen it yet, sorry. But that reveal, that was fucking amazing. Wow, did not see that coming. And of course we have 1 minute. One, two, that's true. Of course we know that volume 2 comes volume 2 will pick up on the episode 4 left off. And of course we have a reveal of some of the powers. We have everything that has happened from episodes 1 to 4. So far, including the return of Linda Hamilton and the return of a season 2, who I liked, but I don't think a lot of other people liked her that much. Her sister, and the 11th sister from the lab. And we're gonna see, and we had a new trailer and new scenes from Jimmy Fallon to Instagram. And it's gonna be interesting. And see that for sure. So it has another plan. Yes. There's the other Lunnies. Lunnies. But also in the episodes, we also learn that Henry Creel /Bethany/1/ Mr. Watson attended Hawkins High as a kid. Attended Hawkins High as a kid, so I'm guessing he's a child prodigy who somehow missed his skip grade. That's what I'm thinking right now. It's one of my theories. So see him at Hawkins High School, and we see Hawkins High School, of course, because he's featured in a play being put on by none other than Joyce. Joyce later becomes Joyce Byers. So the connection between Henry and the gang in Hawkins is Joyce Byers, Jim Hop, Dan, I'm mentioning him in a minute. Because we have Peggy Newby, Bob Newby's sister, and especially Alan Munson, Eddie's father. Eddie Munson's father was involved. So that explains that at the end of episode 4. Oh, wait. So yeah, the play that Joyce is putting on is called Oklahoma. So we have the connection of Joyce, Hopper, Karen and Ted Wheeler, Peggy Newby, Bob's sister, and Alan Munson. Alan Munson is Eddie Munson's father. So that was a huge reveal there. Now if Alan Munson is going to be in Stranger Things, we can mention we might be seeing flashbacks of Eddie. So I'm hoping there is. So if Alan Munson's going to get a mention, then Eddie Munson will get a mention. It's general. Well, we did have the Raven episode too, but yeah. So Alan Munson is going to be involved. We're definitely going to be seeing Eddie at some point. And the flashback is most likely. So, and just maybe we see his body in the upside down. Oh, I said we. So a key thing to note is one, of course, somebody has powers, and of course we have the flash too that Max has, as he's seen it through Henry's eyes, that he has apparently skipped a grade in his time in high school. With Joyce, Hopper, Peggy Newby, Alan Munson, and Ted and Karen Wheeler. So now we know why he's ticked off. So now we know why he's pissed and why he's going after our favorite group of kids here with Dustin, Will, Mike, and Lucas. Andy Lemon. Well, he's just being a Lemon, but. Now Max is in a coma. As I said, Max does have a vision because we see her in another, in a parallel universe. Now, I have some theories too because they're not the only ones they're not the only ones with a connection to Hawkins High and to Henry. Because in the scene when Max is on the vision through Henry's eyes, we see a young, cute Danny Harrington, Steve's father. So, Steve's father's in it. And one of my new theories is that Danny Harrington will be seen in season 5. It's a teenage version of him. But Will Danny's father making an appearance himself receive the genius wasn't of him? But I'm wondering something. Will we see the older version of Danny Hamilton come in and make an appearance himself? We'll have to see what happens. That's one of my theories. So Danny Hamilton will have an appearance, maybe something big, because if you've seen Stranger Things, you know that one of Harvey's favorite songs is "I Think We're Alone Now" by Tiffany. She's a big Tiffany fan. I love Tiffany. I grew up with her. New Kids on Watch, Every Gift, Sip on Empty World, people like that. But I have a first album on CD that I got, and one of the songs on the soundtrack is a song called "Danny." Hmm. And the song "Danny" is featured over on Spotify. The song "Danny" is being featured on the Squawk because they have a Spotify channel and an Instagram channel. So on Instagram too, Danny's being featured. So between the song "Danny" and the fact that Danny Hamilton, the King's version of him, has appeared, it's rated in season 5. I wonder if they're going to cast him around. Maybe nothing, maybe something, who knows? That's one of my new theories. I also have a theory that Max could sacrifice herself for either Holly or Derek. We all know that Derek is being hunted. Even awesome kidnapping scene. Erica said, he's eating a damn pie. I agree with her, but the rest he did was so hilariously was so hilariously so hilariously done. Was so hilariously demented. Hilariously demented. And it just I'll just say hilariously demented, but one of the funniest scenes ever. That's gonna be me. Love Jake Conley hysteric. He's gonna be a huge star someday. He does have an infamous line from the first one who said, "It stuck to my fat one." That's what he said. So love that. But of course, my favorite is the delightful Derek. Love that nickname for him. Love this season. And if Emma Munson gets a mention on Stranger Things season 5, because we've seen references to Eddie throughout Volume 1, but if his father gets a mention, no, chances are going to see the flashbacks of Eddie soon, and quite possibly his body in the upside down. And that's when Steve and Justin hug. And they so do that. And in the trailer too, it did it so. Steve was saying to Dustin, "If you die, I die." Dustin's response, "You die, I die." They're teasing at Steve's death, but nothing will happen. Sorry. I think we see him get injured. Maybe fall off a small ledge, like they teased on Jimmy Fallon. And those they tease at it. They do tease at Steve's possible death, but I don't think so. They did tease at it though. So, because on Jimmy Fallon, they had like all the Funko dolls lined up, while Mama Day Johnson lying down in the coffin. So chances are he may die, laying down like he was in a coffin. So he may die. And they really posted Steve over the edge of over the ledge on Jimmy Fallon's desk. So either that's a teaser of his death, or, in my opinion, he falls off a small ledge and injures himself. Because you do see the picking up the doll afterwards. So that's one of my theories is that Steve Hamilton will injure himself, but not dead. A lot of you Steve Hamilton fans, and by the way, he's from Massachusetts. Love that. I was born and raised in New England. I was born and raised in Massachusetts and live in New Hampshire now. So, love you guys. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm going to get off and have a nice night.